Here we go. Action. So today's interview is with Keren Morris, who's one of the balance team based in the UK. So as with everyone, I'm going to ask Keren the same 4 questions, and she can give you a little bit of background as to why she got involved and what she does. So question 1, Keren. When and how did you first come to know about balance and the balance saddling system?
Okay, it was about, I think it was 2008, and I was working at the time in I was running a large livery yard, holiday riding centre, competition centre down in Berkshire, and I was invited as one of the pony club instructors to something I honestly didn't know what I was going to, I don't think. But I went to something put on by the pony club, and the speaker was BrSC, and oh my goodness, yeah, I'll never forget it. She just absolutely blew me away. So yes, I was from that moment thought, my goodness, I need to learn from first discovering you. Yeah, I'd had so many as a trainer and a coach and an equine therapist. I'd had so many questions that even top trainers couldn't answer for me, natural horsemanship people couldn't answer for me. Most people didn't even seem to realize there was a problem, and I was starting to feel, am I the only one who's sort of sees something's not quite right here? So meeting Carol was just an absolute revelation, because it was light bulb after light bulb after light bulb, and question was answered after question. And yeah, it was an amazing experience meeting Carol BrSC that day.
Yeah, she was quite a memorable person. Made an impact on a lot of people over her lifetime. Absolutely. So question 2. So having had that experience and then getting to know a little bit about it, what made you want to become a saddling consultant and actually do the work?
Well, it was the whole thing. There's you know, I was sort of working as a trainer and as a coach, as I say, and it sort of became blindingly obvious to me that everything else I was doing sort of became, in a sense, to some degree, a bit of a waste of time without implementing functional saddling. It sort of felt like once I knew the difference that it made and how important it was, I couldn't just carry on with the training as I had been doing it. Some of my work, like with my therapy work, I kept finding that into training or work, things deteriorated again. At the time, I didn't understand why. So in some ways, as with therapy work, it didn't change anything, because that I wasn't involved in the training afterwards, but it sort of meant that then I could help people to understand the importance of not then undoing all the therapy that we'd just been doing. And then as it obviously with my teaching riding work, the saddles are just so integral to everything that it felt I can't help clients if I can't help them find a saddle that's comfortable and the horse can function in.
Yeah.
So, you know, it just became an absolute essential thing to me. But what I loved as well was that to join the team, I didn't have to be a salesperson, because I couldn't be further from a salesperson. You know, but I'm so passionate about education, about educating myself. So, you know, I continue to study and learn all the time, and really wanted to sort of share all this information and this knowledge, and just let people experience functional saddling without feeling that I had to try and sell them something, because I couldn't have done that.
Yeah.
So, and I just loved the support from balance, and that the whole approach of balance is so holistic. You know, it's never about selling saddles, it's about helping a horse to feel better and to become able to express, you know, the beauty and sort of fullness of who he or she is. So, you know, if we were to get to see a horse that you know, it's no problem to turn around and say, I'm really sorry, but I think this horse needs some remedial things, and then let's help you with the saddle, rather than sort of feeling, oh well, I have to make a sale, knowing full well that the saddle was not appropriate at that time. And the content of that remedial work that I learned from Balance and helped my clients with all the time never ceases to sort of blow me away, with how profound and how helpful it is for these horses, and just the dramatic changes that occur. So I just love that, the remedial work, the saddling itself, the riding as well, sort of the amount that I learned from Balance and continue to learn from Balance about riding in a holistic and therapeutic way that supports the horse's natural biomechanics and its mental and emotional health, all that kind of thing. The whole thing was just, I just had to be involved in. long answer, sorry, got carried away.
No, it's absolutely great. So my next question, and I don't know whether you've had to think about this, was what was the most memorable transformation that you can remember seeing when a horse and rider was changed into the Balance functional method from its own conventional saddling setup?
Well, my first thought is that, even all these years, whatever it is, 13 years on, I'm still almost teary every time I do a consultation, because just watching every transformation, they come in so many different forms. It's so moving and it's so empowering for the horse. It's so revolutionary for the rider. You never ever get blasé about it. But the one that springs to mind, and it's maybe not what you'd expect, but it was many years ago, and I honestly don't remember the details of why this horse was the way that he was. But I can remember meeting this horse, and always I'd go and talk to the horse before we started anything, and sort of say hello and talk to him as a person. And he just didn't look at me, just was completely so withdrawn. He just stared ahead, no response whatsoever. Gone so far inside himself, he was just blank and used to things being him to sort of feel part of it, and that we were asking his opinion. He just didn't connect at all. His movement did change through the process, and then at the end, I could cry now. I looked at his little eyes, and he still didn't look at anybody, but instead of having that glazed, blank staring, I'm just coping with life, he had this look, I'm crying out. It was just such relief that was just starting to enter his being for goodness knows how long. Yeah. And that was huge to me.
Yeah. So. Yeah, no, it is, as you say, it never really gets tired, does it, seeing horses and ponies? And what's extraordinary is that you can take horses that are sort of well into their teens. We've seen ponies and horses that are 30 plus and have never had a saddle that they could really move in, and had got all sorts of weird, wonderful patterns and habits that they've learned to cope. And when they were put into a saddle that was more supportive of what they needed to do, within a couple of circuits of an arena, you can just see them let go of all of that. And you think, oh God, if only we humans could let go of our old stuff that quickly. Horses. But I guess, they've got this inherent desire to, and sort of instinctive desire to move as well as they can, as soon as you take all the things that are inhibiting them away, and it just starts to reveal itself. It is extraordinary. Marvelous. So then you probably slightly answered this already, but the last question is, so what would you say is the best part? What is the most enjoyable part of being one of the consultants team?
I would say the thing that means the most to me and I enjoy the most, in addition to just meeting really special people who have their horses' welfare truly top of the list of priorities, is that And it's something that I always wanted to, I was trying to create in the rest of my work previously, but it never really clicked fully until I got involved with balance, was the way that the whole process of working with the saddles helps owners to tune into their horses in an entirely different, much deeper way, so that they really start to hear what the horse is telling them, even from the most subtle sort of signals to no longer misunderstanding behavioral issues, schooling issues. That then to me sort of gives the horse a voice, and there's nothing that means more really than that. So
perfect.
Balance is an amazing,
Marvelous. Well, that's great. So that's our first interview done. Thank you very much, Keren. It's great. And
you're welcome. It's an honour to be on the team.
Oh, right, very good. Thank you very much. I will let you get on with your busy day and catch up with you soon. Bye for now. Bye.